Hi everyone, it's Angelina from Sparkling Diva and I have another reading for you. But before I start that reading, I also have a wonderful new free offer for you that I first want to tell you about. A free offer 5-day online challenge on self-love. And today I've just finished the first free training, Forever Feminine, which was about becoming more empowered and in touch with your feminine energy and your feminine strength. And a week from now I will have another free 5-day training completely online. So it doesn't matter where you are located, which time zone you're in, it doesn't matter at all. You can just participate. Excuse me. And well, it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be and it's free. So if you are interested in that, in working on self-love, because self-love is so important, you know, it's everything in life hinges on self-love, on how much we love and respect ourselves. Whether that's a relationship, right, the partner, attracting the partner that really matches you, so you get a healthy relationship, or a job that really fulfills you, or just in happiness in life in general. It all depends on how much you love yourself and respect yourself, and in order to have that, you need to work on self-esteem, confidence, self-respect, etc., etc. Things that many people struggle with. So if you well, want to grow in that area and are willing to well, do some work on that, then well, this might just be the thing for you to do. 5 days. So it's called Self-Love, the Key to Happiness, because it really is the key to happiness. And you can read more about it on my website. I will stick the link to that directly to the course information, to the challenge information in the description box below this video. So then you can go and read about it and sign up there as well. There's a form on that page at the bottom that you can fill out, just a very short form, just well, then you will get an invite to the closed Facebook group where it will all happen. So, well, again, if you're interested in that, then check out that link, and I hope to see you there, because it's going to be wonderful. You know, last week's challenge was also great. So, and the second thing I want to say before we get into the reading, I want to thank the wonderful, lovely soul who donated some money to me last week. It's so, yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, because I think I mentioned that in some other videos before, that I had problems with my recording equipment. I don't know why. I have a normal camera that I used and a webcam that I've used without any problems. All of a sudden, both don't work properly anymore. I didn't have enough memory on my phone. I could only record about 6 minutes, I think, on my phone. I didn't have a memory card in that at all. And now I was able to buy a memory card, 32 gigs, yay! So now I can just record, and the quality of the video seems to be a whole lot better as well. So I'm really happy with that. And also, because I sometimes like to buy new card decks. Well, they cost money, right? And like the other day, last month or so, a few weeks back, I bought this deck, the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards. And I got the camera really close to the card. And I've also bought this Chakra Insight Oracle deck a few weeks ago, you know. And that's wonderful, because then also the readings that people purchase, the personal readings, I use that money to reinvest in both this readings that I do for you here on YouTube by purchasing new card decks, but it also helps me to set up my my practice a bit more well, better, to make my life easier. For instance, like at some point I'm gonna need an auto responder to email, and well, these things cost money, right? And so everything that I earn through this channel, I also reinvest that in Sparkling Diva, albeit for the YouTube readings or my practice. And also my practice, I also offer free trainings, like the one that's coming up. Right, okay, enough talk. Yeah, that was just one thing I want to say, and then we're gonna really start. I had wanted to show you me, you know, record myself before I went to the cards, and so that you could see me again. But this afternoon the weather was really, really gorgeous, and I was outdoors in the garden because the grass had grown so tall it was almost too much for the lawnmower. So I've been running around behind the lawnmower for almost 2 hours, I think, because I have quite a huge, the garden. And well, my hair is a mess, my makeup is in ruins, and I'm tired, so I thought, well, I'm not going to show my face on camera anymore, you know. It's not that I'm really all that self-conscious, but I do want to look a bit okay-ish when I do that. So that's why you're just seeing the cards and not me. I will do another reading soon where you can see me again. But for now you just have to make do with the cards. I have 4 piles to choose from. The reading is also related to the free challenge that I'm offering. It's about how can I walk back to my heart. So basically to loving yourself, to what can you do, what should you do, what must you do to feel better again. To walk towards your heart is about making yourself feel better, right? Then you walk towards your heart. So that's what the reading is about, what you should do, so yeah, well, that you get closer to feeling better and more self-love. So I'm gonna, there's 4 to choose from. Now the stand is so low that I don't fit in one go. I hope this is enough for you. This is the best I can do. I'm sorry about that. I cannot lift the camera now because it's in this clamped in this stand thing. This is 1. I've also got a rune. I will read that with the cards very briefly. I'm not certain what crystal this is. This is numbers 2, that's red jasper. Clear crystal for number 3, and for the numbers 4 there is a rose quartz there with Berkana rune. So yeah, choose just 1, 2, 3 or 4. Then I'm gonna get into the reading. If you need more time, then please pause the video. I will also turn the camera so you can see the cards better, at a better angle, which should be possible. This thingy should allow me to do that. So I'm gonna just now turn the camera around. Right. Move these out of the way. I'm going into number 1. I'll show you your cards. We have 2 tarot cards. The 10 of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. Let's see, because there's quite a lot of cards, and this is from the Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle. It came out, Little Boy Blue, it came out reversed. From the Keepers of the Light Oracle we have Freya, and then we have from the Chakra Insight Oracle deck, Communication, one of the throat chakra cards. I'll stick that here so you can at least see these other cards. Right. Well, this is a very interesting set, because this, if you look at the Pentacles 10, Pentacles 10 is a very positive card, it's a very good card, it's great, it's wonderful, everything is in order, there's wealth, there's abundance, there's, doesn't have to be literally, it can also be concerning wisdom, right, life experience, wisdom, but everything is you know, you're settled. When you got this, you're settled. Everything is in order. You've achieved everything you wanted to achieve, and it's wonderful. You got the beautiful house, and you know, all the wisdom, the job you want, etc., etc. But then there's the but, and that's what I feel with this reading. What comes up with all these cards as well. It can also maybe be a little bit boring. Maybe things have gotten a bit stale. Because, well, okay, it's hunky-dory, it's wonderful, but nothing much is happening there anymore. And the same thing here, we have the Queen of Wands. She's not even standing up. And this man, the Ten of Pentacles, that man, he's a bit older. The Queen of Wands in this deck is also a bit older. And funny thing is that this card, I have to quickly check because it relates to that. It's 26, yes. It's about feeling stuck in a certain stage and not allowing the new to come in and to speak to you and or through you, not understanding that wisdom is innocence. Because when you have wisdom, you have an open mind, and you know, so in that sense, it's being innocent. A sense of wonderment seems a very long time ago that you lost that sense of wonder that a little child, a toddler has, and feeling old, tired, worn out, as though life cannot continue that same way. And funny enough, this card has a similar message, Freya. It's also, Freya is about cycles. She's a triple goddess, so she's the maiden, the mother and the crone, meaning the young woman, the mature woman and the older woman. And that also goes for men, right? Men have also got these stages in life, as do women. So it's also about wisdom and getting older a bit. There is a beginning with every ending, and learning to accept that. And that at the moment, it's time really to start doing something that makes you happy, that brings you more joy and fulfillment and passion, and that inspires you. Because even though this queen may be old, well, not really old, but older, let me say that, older, she still is the Queen of Wands, so she still has inspiration, she still is driven, she still has passions, and she still wants to do things, and you know, she still has goals in life. And that's basically what this is about a bit. So I'm guessing if you chose this, that doesn't mean to say you are literally old in age, you know, in that way. It can also be that indeed you have reached a stage in life where you feel like, well, okay, this is it, and I don't know, this is going to be it for the rest of my life. Or if it's not that drastic, then a similar thing, you know, that it's, you've gotten to a well, a goal or a result, so to speak, and now it's kind of like, now what? What can I do next? What else is there to do? And that's what this is telling you, that if you have to view these things a different way, you have to understand, like Freya, that there is life is always phases and cycles, and when one door closes, another door opens. And so you just have to go and step through that new door, or close an old door first. So look at that, you know, what do you have to let go of maybe? And so a new door can in actual fact open. Also this self-expression, communication card, self-expression, exchange, sharing, connection, is also about that, because it says that it's an invitation to come into alignment, inside and out, with what you really want to say in life. Well, now, saying, communication is not just speaking, right? As that's what this card says as well, by the way, in the interpretation in the booklet. But it's also your facial expressions, your body language, etc., etc. So yeah, you really have to come into alignment with what you want, with what you want to express into the world, what you want to bring into being into the world, which is through this a new door that will have to open. And you need that passion from the queen, the queen, the queen, the queen of wands. You need her motivation, inspiration, her passion to do that. And you will need the wisdom and experience, etc., and the stability that you have from the Ten of Pentacles. So you have all what is needed to do that, to step through that new door. It's likely just this feeling of being tired and this is it, and almost kind of like depression. You have lost your wonder, like this kid, he's sat there and he's just looking at these butterflies and likely not even knowing what a butterfly is, but it's just pretty to look at, and the way it moves and flutters, and just enjoying that. That's what you have to tap into again. And you got what it takes to do that because of these two cards. You have the wisdom, you have the stability and security, you've got all that is needed in order to do that. You have the inspiration, the passion, the drive. You just have to tap into it again, and then open that new door and then express what it is that you really want to bring into being in the world. And so align with yourself and other people as well. Connection is also about connecting with yourself, with your true real desire. Let's quickly look at that rune. It came out reversed. It's I think it's Perth. This is a very, very, very brief description, and the print is so small. A dice cup, that's what it's supposed to be, but it came out reversed. It's discovery, no, hang about, reversed. Disappointment. Uncovering of things left hidden. Well, that resonates completely, because the disappointment is basically this little boy blue that came out reversed. Dreams come true, return of the soul, but it's reversed, so you've lost that feeling a bit. So disappointment, yes, and also the uncovering, of things left hidden. Well, that's the open door, the closing the old door, and so new doors can open, and expressing in the world what you really want to express. So that, yeah, it just fits. Just really fits. Amazing. Absolutely wonderful. I hope that resonated with you. Thank you for watching, and please leave me some feedbacks and likes, and hopefully I'll see you again very soon with another reading, and maybe if you're interested with my self-love, the key to happiness training. Bye. Moving on to number 2. Alrighty. There we are, with this rune, that one. We'll read that in a minute as well. First we're going to have a look at the cards. Beautiful cards. Let me see whether they're all in view. That's Three of Cups. We have the Crone, which is the Strength card. And we have the Knight of Cups, which is also a very beautiful card. And then we have the, well, let's start with these two. This is a Crown Chakra card. Presence, awareness, attention, reality, and connection. And we have Green Man's Door. Portals to Fairy, Wheel of the Year, Galactic and Gaian entry points. I'll get to that in no, I'm going to start with these two actually. I'm going to start with these two. These both have very similar messages. So this card actually says that you have to be in the present, in the now, here and now. So, well, since this is about how can you walk back to your heart, so you feel better, I'm assuming that if you chose this, that you likely are not really present in the now with what you have to do or are doing or trying to manifest in the now. This is really a card that says that you should get your attention back from the past or the future, or even if it's not that, then it's just being more aware in the now. And most of us don't do that, because when, well, you know, we all know this stuff that, like, for instance, driving your car, you're going to, I don't know, IKEA's or your mum or whatever, and when you get there, and you think back how you got there, you don't even know. Because you weren't in the now, you weren't really present. You did all the right things, right? You shifted gears if you have a car like that, and you stopped for the traffic light, etc., etc., but you can't really remember. You were on autopilot, and as you were on autopilot, your thoughts were elsewhere, with work or chores or what you were going to say later on or what you said earlier, and etc., etc. This card says that you have to be in the now, otherwise you're going to miss opportunities, you're going to miss things, you're going to miss things that are really important at this moment in time for you. This is just a similar message. I don't even have to read that card. It's a very similar message. It's also about being in the now and in touch with your surroundings and yourself, but also your surroundings, so you know when this door is going to open up, and then you are invited in, if it's the right time and the right moment, right? But in order to know that, you have to be present in the now, so you can tell whether it's open and whether it's the right time, the right moment, the right door even for you to step through. So you really, this is really about having to be in the now. Both these cards, the same message. Exactly the same message, that you're going to miss magic as well, opportunities, magic and good things that you would likely want and need in life. But if you're not present in the here and now, then you're going to miss it. So that is really important. And this card, Lord Shiva, also very, very similar. You know, transcendence. Rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given, dance with the universe. So this is also, if you're not in the now, you cannot do that either. You know, you can't, yeah, you have to be present in the now for that. But another beautiful message with this is that he is also, because he is a bit of a warrior, Lord Shiva, warrior energy, and he has, in that sense, the ability to destroy fear. And he has the ability to help you move beyond fear because of that. Fear of failure, fear of whatever, insecurities. And because he can destroy that fear, he can help you move into clarity and a connection with yourself and your surroundings, your environment, which I said here was important. So then you know when to make a move, that you see what is out there for you that is beautiful. So, and the funny thing is, because I'm going to say that now, I'm going to move to the tarot cards in a bit, but this rune is also a warrior energy, if memory serves. It's Tyr, the god Tyr. Taiwas, I think it's also called, and it's about an increase in power or wealth, courage or self-sacrifice. Well, considering these cards, I'd say courage and an increase of power, and maybe indeed even wealth. But this is also a warrior rune, which is, yeah, peculiar then, right? It always works out, doesn't it? It just always works out. This is also warrior energy. So is the rune. And if we then move to the three tarot cards, the the Three of Cups, the Strength card, and this, then again it's also well, this is harmony, balance, celebration, being with other people, but you're in the present, you're in the now, right? You're not partying and thinking about other things. You're really in the now as you are celebrating. And it doesn't mean to say you're gonna have a party. It's just that energy, also the energy, the vibe, the celebration, the harmony, the good stuff, the party vibe, so to speak. Not literally a party, but that good vibe of this magic, of this thing that is out there for you. You just have to be in the now to see it. It's a very good omen, and there is something out there for you. There is an offer. There is something. The Knight of Cups. There is something there. A wonderful offer that will fulfill you, and that has a lot of potential, because it has the potential for you to walk all the way around here through that arch with the roses. So it's something is out there that has a lot of potential. And that will really make you happy. That could really make you happy, really fulfill you. I always love that stork is there in the background. And you may want to look up what that means as a power animal, totem animal. I don't know by heart. And of course the strength card. Well, strength. In a strength, balance. This is also balance between the masculine, feminine, and, you know, complete balance on the inside, not being controlled by the ego, which could tie in again to this fear that Lord Shiva was talking about. Excuse me. That if there is any fear of doing something, of going somewhere, or maybe applying for a job, whatever, can be anything, that raises fear or insecurity and doubt within you, he can destroy that. He can help you move past that. And here, this is also, well, fears, insecurity and doubts is ego stuff, right? It's the ego that is afraid and doubtful and insecure. And here you're not suffering from that anymore, because there's balance. You're not controlled by that ego anymore. So that is what you have to do to move to your heart, to get what you really want. And I think it's really already out there. You might not just, maybe you're just not seeing it, or you are seeing it, but you're just too a bit afraid, insecure, doubtful, whatever, of it. But it really is important that you get into the now, so you can just feel and see what's going on around you. Get in touch with that, get this connection with what's going on around you, and then you will know whether it's right or not. And it looks to be right, because this here, look at that, it's just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Whatever it is, it has a lot of potential for you to really take that cup and walk through the arch with it, and then everything you want and like will wait for you there. I haven't a clue what it is about. It can be love, it can be work, it can be whatever, anything. So that's your message. I hope it resonates with you. Please leave me some feedback, because I'd really like to know. Also, if you recognize this going on in your life, I'd love to know what it is for you. Whether it is love or work or happiness in general, you know, maybe setting up a business even, or a hobby, anything. So I hope that resonated, and thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon with another reading, and maybe, like I said with the first set, maybe with the self-love, the key to happiness. If you're interested in that, sign up. And thank you for watching. Moving on to the numbers 3. Alrighty. Move these cards out of the way. And then we're moving on. Number 3 with the this rune, the clear crystal. Read that in a minute. We have the High Priestess. We have the Devil card, the Nature in this deck. It's called Nature, Lady Portia. I'll show you these cards in a minute from the other deck, Cry for Nature, mourning for something sacred which seems lost. It came out reversed, which only intensifies the message in this case. And we have Merlin, guidance, mentorship, teacher of the old ways. Merlin was a very wise person, right? But it also came out reversed, which yeah, that just happened to be two cards from the wisdom, wild wisdom of the fairy oracle in this case. And we have divine consciousness, interconnection, expansion, oneness and light is a crown chakra card. We'll get to that in a minute as well. First of all, I want to start with this card, with the Cry for Nature that is reversed, because it's really interesting. It speaks of people who actually feel lost, and yeah, I'll have to read out a little bit of that card, I think. Sadness, it speaks of sadness. It speaks of young people as well, but I don't think it's just only for young people per se. People that have that feel alienated, angry, and disconnected, up to a point that they could even engage in things that could harm themselves. For instance, maybe drinking too much or smoking too much, or or behaving in a way that actually would hurt their own best interest, so to speak. The way they maybe, the things you say or the way you communicate. It doesn't have to be like alcohol or anything, of course. People who have a difficulty with dealing with the with greed and basically lost belief in people, and that feel that all people are untrustworthy, greedy, and materialistic, and because of that, they feel left without purpose. They've lost that purpose in life, and they just feel lost. And yeah, it also says that it is necessary, of course, to get out of that you have to take action, become informed, and so that changes around. At the very least, that changes to the upright position, which is still sort of like the same thing, but better already, because reverse, the energy with this card is intensified. So, yeah. Mourning for something sacred that seems lost. It could also be, if you don't recognize the message right away, maybe that you've lost something that was dear to you, and that you now are, because of that, you now feel lost, desperate, and don't know where to go, which way to turn, what to do, etc., etc. But I think this, because of also, we also have this, the Devil card, and Merlin reverse. So I think this is, whatever it is quite deep, is affecting you to the core. It's quite serious, I feel. And Merlin is a lot about wisdom. It is a very, very high energy, actually, Merlin. Let's see what I written down about that. Oh, come on. It's about being in tune with your intuition, and about going with the flow of life lessons. Well, if it's reversed, you're not doing that anymore, because you're hurt, because you're lost. It can also mean getting solid advice, because Merlin is about being a mentor, guidance, a teacher. So it could be that you need to get someone in to help you out. And that could even just be a conversation with a friend or someone you trust. It doesn't mean it's a therapist or anything per se, right? But it could help maybe to get in more advice, which is, this card also said about getting better informed. So so you can shift your view. And it's also about loving yourself and finding wisdom in that, knowing what is wise and what isn't. So the wise thing to do, and you know, yeah, seeing things clearly and inner knowing and wisdom. And it seems that you, for whatever happened, that you lost that because it came out reversed, like that card. And you have to get that upright. You really have to make sure you get that upright. And by taking better care of yourself, that's a good start. Making sure that if you need exercise, that you exercise. If you need rest, then rest. If you need help, advice, guidance, whatever, make sure you get it. Even if it's a conversation with a friend, make sure you get it. Because this card also says the devil. This is the devil in the Devil Tarot, and in this deck it's called Nature. It's about inner demons, facing your inner demons, your shadows, working on that, but fearing doing that. Well, it's also bondage, self-imposed restrictions. So in a way you're doing that to yourself because you don't have all the enough information. You have just, it's almost as if you have a fixed view. You lost your faith, you lost your trust. And when you then get a fixed view about how things are, you get this kind of tunnel vision. So in that sense, it's self-imposed restrictions. And this is what you have to get to. You have to trust, learn to trust again, go inwards, find that connection with your intuition again, with your inner knowing, with your inner guidance, so you can get it all right. You get the mixture of the soup, of the potion of life right again. That's in the cauldron. You know, the high priestess, she's in touch with her intuition. She knows what to do. She knows exactly what to do. She knows when to drop these herbs in the pot, how much to drop into the pot, when to drop them into the pot, how to stir, you know, and she knows that all. And that's what you have to get back. You have to get back in touch with your own inner knowing, your own inner guidance, your compass. And if you need help with that, find that help. It can even be maybe self-help, a self-help book or something online, doesn't matter, but do get it. Do get it, because I do feel this is really important. Also, this card, the divine consciousness, this is also about a very high connection. Basically, this is your connection with source, spirit, God, the divine, whatever you want to call it, higher connection. If you really have lost faith so utterly, as this would suggest in the reverse position, then you also pinch off that connection, because you lost faith, you lost trust. You think that everyone is not trustworthy, etc., etc. Then you've pinched off your crown chakra, and also a lot of other chakras as well. You're basically harming yourself by doing that, because that blocks your intuition too. This blocks your intuition too. Then you're just stuck in fear, in a way, in doubt and fear and feeling lost, despair. You don't want to be that way, there in that place. And then we have the last card. We have Lady Portia, divine order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. Sorry, this card speaks of also justice. She's one of the lords of karma, Lady Portia. So this is also related to karma. It says that it's right now a call for justice that is being brought into your space, into your awareness. And even if it means that you will lose out, there really is no loss in the highest state of truth. You have to act from the heart, and also see other people's or someone else's point of view and respect that too. And accept it, respect it. And surrender your pride, so that you are coming from a loving space. Which is, I think, indeed important, because that's what the risk of being in this place here, and the devil. We tend to, if we're in that place of feeling lost, feeling desperate, maybe afraid even, and then we tend to get judgmental as well. That's what you mustn't do. You must take responsibility for your own actions, for your own doings, and if you said or did something that wasn't for the highest good, then take responsibility for that, because that will also help you cut karmic cords to a situation or a person or several people. It will release that, it will get that out of your system. And that is important, because that's part of what Lady Portia does, right? She's one of the Lords of Karma. And that's the message of this card. And also, apart from that, it also says that it's time to learn from this situation, and that if you happen to be involved in a legal situation, which is possible, of course, that maybe there is something legally going on, maybe because of a divorce or whatever, you're being fired, and you're in this place because of that, in this desperate place because of that. Know that Lady Portia and the angels of justice are gathering around to honor everyone involved. So in a way, it's also a message of upliftment that it will work out okay for well, everyone's highest good. But you have to get yeah, you have to get out. Try to get out of, no, not just try, you really have to get out of this place. But otherwise you cannot really, you won't know what to do, you know, when you're in this place. Because you're cut off from your highest good, from your intuition. And then, so you don't know what to do. You need these, you need to be here. The High Priestess. And then you are going more in the direction of your heart again. Of what you really need. Let's have a quick look. I've been talking for an awful long time now, I think. This is a very positive rune. Don't believe it has a reversed. It's fertility. Ingus, I think, is fertility. Completion of one project and the start of a new one. So yeah, this is really positive. It's the ending of one thing and the beginning of something new. Yeah. Something will be completed or has to be completed, and whatever this situation is, it has to, you know, be. It's probably, I think it's on its way out already. I think it's on its way out, but you also have to get out of this. That also has to change. So that also has to end, and so you can get to the upright position more, or at least the very least to, let's see, the High Priestess, to this place where you know what to do again and where you feel good again. Right, so I hope that resonates, and yeah, please leave me some feedback and likes, of course, if you liked it, and I hope to see you again soon with another reading, and maybe I will see you in my free self-love, the key to happiness training. I'm gonna move to number 4, the last set of this reading.